Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Here we are. Oh, wonderful watching you. Oh my God, the first time opportunity to watch you.
Thank you so much, Lee. That was my honor.
Welcome to Artist of the Week at Nordic Black Theatre.
Thank you so
How
much
are
for
you
inviting
today?
me.
How are you today?
I'm excited.
Are you?
Of course. And then after a long while of not seeing the physical stage, it was like a chance for me. Thank you for that.
It's a beautiful piece. There's so much drama in what we've just seen. Can you tell us a little bit about the story of the dance?
Yeah, actually the story is like kind of very, to me, very interesting. I believe Ali is a great composer. And he came to me once. We have a band called Tannava, which is like a music and dance band. So once he came to me and said, I have a music, do you think you might like it? And he started playing that. And to me, it was very dramatic. So I got the music, I came home, and I started listening like tons of times to make sure this ups and downs, and try to understand what is this music is telling me. The correct way was that I don't ask Ali what was the music about, but I decided to ask. So he just started saying the small narrative behind it, and I felt like it's so much similar to what I have understood. And then it came the time that I immigrated to Norway like 2.5 years ago, and a lot of ups and downs till the time I felt like I was a dancer in Iran, but like we couldn't dance really officially. So I was thinking that, okay, when I immigrate to Norway, I'll have a lot of different opportunities. But when I came here, it's like here is very competitive, and that like nobody knows you. So you have to pick something and stick to it. But then it's hard because when you stick to something, you want to stick to something else. Or maybe the chance is there, or maybe here. So like having a lot of choices doesn't give you freedom. So, and then I talked with Ali, so we modified it when I was choreographing it. And he's really helpful when I was telling him that this is the story. And he said like, yeah, this was the story behind my mind when I was creating it also. So yeah, we were going parallel, and he was helping me a lot.
But what is the story then?
Do you want me to say that?
Definitely. I mean, you share narratives, the artist narratives. So we loved it. We enjoy it. We see the sadness. We see the drama in it. So share it with us.
Yeah. What did you realize?
And it was. I thought I could see the woman where she's going, what she's going through in her life. She's going into all the layers that is really occupying her life, and she's thinking. There's so much of drama going within her thought, and I think she was at ease. He was never at ease with herself. So this is my little short understanding of what I've seen. So what was the story?
Thank you for saying that. Actually, I feel like when you create a dance, it's better not to really talk about it.
Definitely.
So that you open it for the audience to have their own interpretation. But to me, it's like dancing was my whole life. And when I was choosing this field as my career, it was such a hard task because culturally it's not very positive. And then people say that, oh, you are smart, why are you a dancer? Oh, you are smart, like in my country at least. But I wanted to stick to dancing, and for a while you feel very satisfied. You feel like, okay, I'm a dance instructor, I'm a choreographer, I got this, I won this award, I won that award. But then sometimes you feel empty inside, like what am I really trying to achieve? And then here, I applied for university, and then they said that, did you know that the dance style you're doing might be cultural appropriation? And I was like, what? So I felt like what I had was gold in my hand, and I felt like this is my love and this is my passion. Now what should I do with that? So for a while I got lost, and then I started reading and talking with professors of the field, and just digging into the field that I was doing for like almost 25 years, but like after 25 years. So I think this was the story. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm trying to come back, but with more awareness.
Yeah, which is beautiful because we see in the beginning there was this beautiful enjoyment within you.
Yeah, yeah,
And you could see that there's the beauty, there's that roses, you know, the petals of the roses just opening to you.
yeah,
And then it just faded away.
yeah,
And you don't know why,
yeah, exactly.
you know. And that's, I think this is, for me, there's no words, but there's a narrative, there's a story. And of course, sometimes I think it's beautiful if sometimes we don't really, that's why people don't understand dancers sometimes, because dancers have another language,
Yeah, true.
which is the movement.
Yeah,
But we other have the speech, which is also our movement. But
True.
it's easier to understand that. But I think the dancers set more sort of our fantasy more to work about what do we see? Do we only consume what we see, or we try to grasp the story? And I thought that was so beautiful because it tells you about yourself. And it's the story, this is the struggle, this is what you're going through in your life. We can talk about it the whole night, but
yeah.
we're not about
I wanted to say that like there are people like definitely, and there is not even one singular person who has 100% the same life as mine.
Definitely.
But definitely they were in the position to force to choose something for their whole life. And then there is this moment that you thought about what you have done the whole time or your decisions. So this is something that I feel anybody with any background had some experience. So whatever they pick up from this performance is their own interpretation, which is correct. You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is a way of, we got we got the feeling where you as an artist, what you present, it makes our mind much more clear about what we're seeing, because it reminds us a little bit of ourselves.
Exactly.
Reminds us a little bit about the things we heard about.
Exactly. True.
Let's go a little bit further on. I think for me, you are very brave, you're strong. Even you're going into all this struggle, and that's why make you what you are.
Thank you.
And this is also for me to watch you, to see the passion you have, what you do. It's so important to have sitting with you and talking to you. Let me ask you something. How do you find dance? How did you find dance? And why do you choose dance as the main art for you in your life?
Yeah. In general, I think that was the way that I could express myself, but it was also physically integrated because I believe I have a lot of energy. So for example, when I start painting, it gives me a very good vibe and it gives me a very good energy, but then I need to just use my inner energy in some more physical way. That was the beginning of the story. And also it was a time that my mom passed away. So it was the way that I could mourn for my mom, or I could express myself without making word with people, because I didn't want people to come and tell me, oh, poor lady, or poor girl, you lost your mom. So I didn't want people feel like, oh, poor Hediye. So it was a way for me to mourn or to express myself, but then it became my hobby, it became my life. And the first time I started teaching, I felt like, oh, this is what I like. when I am with my students, I lost the time, and I enjoy working with them. Like 24 hours per day is like, it's okay. And yeah, and then now, I mean, I can tell you that the whole life, it has a lot of different micro narratives. The beginning was that, and then when I went forward, it was my own students. Then I had a lot of stories to talk about, and I felt like this is the way that I can talk about the things that I feel is more important for me, or maybe for the whole society. And about like 4 years ago, I felt like even more. 6 years ago, I felt like I want to talk about this social issues that really annoys me. I know them, but I cannot solve them. But maybe this is my way to at least make awareness about them, or make people look at these social complications. Yeah, I think that was it.
That's good.
Until now, I'm there. Still talk about the social issues, make me more.
That's why I'm going to grab a little bit down into what I think the combination of you of an artist has said. You mentioned that your choreography bounces between theater, dance, and visual art, which reflect upon the socio-political issues in your surrounding.
Yeah.
Can you deepen this a little bit more about why you have chosen to express your art this way?
I think I want to be active, like socially active, and I feel like I want to go towards some direction to solve some problems, but I don't talk very well, and I feel like this is my way to go towards the direction that I really want to. For example, like in my country, everybody has to get married at the age of like 20 and above. So, and if you are married, you're successful. If you go to a wedding, they tell you like, oh, I wish you were married too. It's like, what if it's not my wish? And then it was exactly the moment that one of my closest friends got divorced. And it was a pain. I mean, at that time I was 24, 25, but I felt like, why do people have to get married, and why nobody is looking at the other side of the story? Are those people who are married are happy or not? Like, why nobody's talking about them? Like, you're supporting them until they get married, and then what else? What after that? So we started creating that. That was my first time talking about the social complications. And there was another one that I really love to talk about. It was about the earthquake in Kermanshah in Iran, and there was a lot of hardships for people. They didn't have anywhere to sleep, anywhere to go, and then there was no support from the government, and then only people around was helping them. So I felt like, okay, I'm not in Iran, I can't help them in any way possible, any possible way, so maybe the best way is to create a performance, to make awareness, so that other people ask other people to go and help, I don't know, in any way that they know. But I can invite them through my performance. And yeah, right now I'm working on another piece which is called The One from Far, which is about a story of immigrants. I know that it might be a repetitive narrative, but this is my experience, and I felt like I want to talk about that. And it's based on one of Ibsen's play, Lady from the Sea, but Lady from Far.
That's interesting. We'll talk a little bit about that little piece of what you're working on for the future thing. But I know that, I understand for the way you want to do things, your dream, that you have made up your mind. This is what you want to encounter, art. This is what it is. This is your life, isn't so?
Yeah.
The fact is, and I know you are on a journey now, and by the way, listeners, this is the Artist of the Week, Edia Asma. Isn't so? Is it right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I get
you.
it right. You at Nordic Black Theatre. Thank you for being with us.
Thank
but listen,
you, Nordic Black. Thank you, Chris.
you are. You are working within the Iranian dance, and you've seen the beginning that it is not easy. And of course, because of what is going on, of what the society, the way it's been sort of constructed and all that, women position. And you mentioned about you got to get married from the age of 20, then you must be the luckiest people on earth. And you deny all that because this is not luck, you know.
Yeah.
But you're also now working with a first Iranian dance festival, which you are working with now, right?
Yeah, true.
Tell us a little bit about it. Where the ideas
Thank
came
you so
from,
much for
and
asking
why
that.
Are you working
Yeah,
with
we
this?
have to talk about that
Yeah, do that.
more.
Yeah.
Actually, this is the first virtual festival. We have festivals in Iran, but after the revolution, mainly male dancers can perform on stage, and it is mainly physical theater or folkloric dance. So women are doing all these dances underground, but they didn't have any opportunity to be visible. I mean, of course, there is social media. Of course, many people can see them, but like a point where everybody is coming and at the same time sharing their experiences, sharing their dances, talk with each other, confront with their works, and but without criticizing each other. They can give feedbacks, but it doesn't have to be necessarily positive feedback, but we don't want to criticize. So in this festival, we have different levels. Like we have kids performances, we have, we call it in Persian.
Say it in Persian,
Like,
people
yeah,
will take it.
it's
Just
like
say it.
for those people who has the first experience of being on stage. So it means that like there is no criticism. If this is your first time being on stage, more than welcome. If this is your passion, do it. Like we're giving them voice. I mean, not we are giving them, but we're inviting them to share their experiences and what makes them enthusiastic. So at the beginning, it was really hard because those dancers who are, I mean, still we have these challenges because those dancers who are professional, they said that, why did you put my dance before a dance or after the dance, which is like not very professional. But then we have to just wash the eyes and realize that we are living in the world that there are many people, some of them have the opportunity to go to the best dance schools and best dance teachers, some of them don't. But are you going to eliminate them? No. And also we are putting a lot of workshops with folklore dances, which for example, if I am living in the capital of Iran, in Tehran, I don't have access to, for example, another city far away from Tehran. So we're trying to bring in those people and invite them to share their experiences. And also we have a lot of roundtables and panel talks on, for example, Iranian dance in diaspora is being done by non-Iranians, but they just objectify Iranian culture. So like we are trying to open up these conversations about, for example, what is Orientalism, what is commodification, cultural appropriation. These are the things that needs to have more awareness all around the world, especially for non-Iranians. And also, like the dance style I do is called Iranian dance. But this is very ambiguous. Like Iranian dance, are you talking about folk dance? Are you talking about national dance? Are you talking about classical dance? Classical, is it classical really? So these kind of debates that for a long while we needed, but we didn't have any opportunity for. And the challenges are that we don't have any funding now, and we're only 5 people in the think tank, which is not really enough. So we have to work like 24/7.
Now people listen, now you understand that
Yes.
they need your contribution,
Yes.
they need your support, at least so that this thing can happen. Remember that. It's a nice way to recruit young Iranian female dancer because they see dance as really taking its shape universally, in a sense. So please, if you have something you think you can contribute to that festival, check her email, check her Facebook, whatever, and then get in touch with her. But when is that going to happen?
It's 6 weeks. Fridays we have performances, Sundays we have panel talks and roundtables, and Thursdays we have workshops. So 6 weeks, and this Friday is going to be 5th one. So we have only one more left.
Now, one more. But how has been the reaction so far?
Actually, I really love the fact that we are gathering people, and then the feedbacks are so nice in a way that they feel home. They feel like they needed this for a while, but at the same time, we have a lot of people who are saying that the quality is low. They still have this up and down gaze that, okay, we're good, those people who are not professional cannot come. So there are very many professionals that we love to bring them in so that they share their knowledge with the people who don't have that knowledge. But they're still a little bit skeptical. But I am very hopeful that the next festivals, it gets better and better, and people want to, be more willing to participate and contribute.
This is the first time that has been done,
yeah.
Which means it gives you a lot of tools so that next time you're going to make it, it's going to be better.
Yeah, hopefully.
Like in Jamaica, you say better must come. So that's a good thing.
Of course.
But I know our time is running. I know, half an hour is nothing. Yeah. But I'm a little bit curious about you. You mentioned something about the Iranian dance collective work. What is that?
Yeah, and that was nice. There is this collective, and it's we're still only 4, but we hope that we can be more than that. So there is this thing that because there is no support from the government in Iran, so there is no copyright. In Iran, we don't have copyright. So, for example, if I put a lot of energy and effort to choreograph a piece, and then another person can use this choreography without crediting me. So we're trying to solve these kind of complications with writing some articles or inviting people and talk with them. And also we have a lawyer among us. She is trying to find the laws about copyright all around the world regarding dancers, regarding musicians in Iran. And we're trying to do some things. And for example, we want to do these kind of non-physical activities. For example, conducting some researches. Now we are trying to know, for example, when the dance in Iran is eliminated, officially eliminated, what happened in diaspora, how the form of dance changed, but not very physical, physical, but we are doing a research. So these kind of activities, which is more like not physically integrated,
which means it is to enable the dance to continue to grow. It depends very much upon the effort of you people in diaspora.
Yes, but in a healthy way.
In a healthy way, like research been doing,
exactly.
It has to be done so that the generation after you can really pick on it because it's been done already. This is a wonderful step for you to really lift up the dance. This is a beautiful thing to do. I know our time again is coming, but I think have once, because I know you've been here for 2.5 years, you talk about the beginning, how it was, you come with this gaze in you, now absolutely I will now make what I've been always wished to do in my life.
Exactly.
Because it's a free land where I can dance freely, I can really hit where I want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are you now?
Yeah. No, last year I applied for a project. It's like I told you, it's about a play by Ibsen, but we rewrite it, and the rewriter's name is Fatema Arbabi. She's my closest friend. We were in different festivals before, and together we got a prize on 2012. So this is our second collaboration, and she's going to rewrite this whole story, and she is also an immigrant living now here beside me in Oslo. So we sat together, talk about the experiences of a woman immigrant, and we tried to rewrite the play, so we did that step. And I got funds from Kuru to perform it outdoor for everybody, so that I don't want it to be only in the black box space.
It's not black box here.
Not it, like
No, I'm joking.
I'm just imagining in the black box there, so I'm there. I want to take it out.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's
Thank you.
beautiful. Share it with the people out there.
Exactly, but
Nice.
with everybody.
Yeah.
And but because of Corona, it stopped. The whole process stopped. So I'm waiting. And because it has to be outdoor, it has to be during summer. So hopefully next summer we can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward for that.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, people watching, this is the lady who I'm so glad to meet here on the stage at Nordic Black Theatre.
Thank you.
Ece Asma, she's sharing all her beautiful ideas with us, her story,
you. Thank
her
you so
narratives, her dreams. And I think that she's come so far because she's struggling all the way. And that's, I think she's a very strong artist who has at least a visions of what she wants to achieve. And with our heart, you know, we always will support you, whatever
Thank you
journey
so
you're
much.
taking.
Thank you.
We thank you very much for being with us. We like to call in the great musician, Mr. Ali with the tar. Come on stage, my brother. Now it's going to be the surprise. Watch out, people. This is an improvisation. You want to say something about it? What
Yes,
you're
of
gonna
course,
do?
of course.
Okay, Vashiko.
The thing is that always in Iranian dance, we dancers and choreographers dance on the music. So we need to have either playback music or the music which is already written. So it is not very normal to dance on an improvised music. So we tried, me and Ali are trying to, right now, and it's another project, we're trying to improvise in a way that I'm not only listening to Ali, so it's not only one way, it's not a monologue, it's a dialogue. So sometimes he has to look at my body and see the movement and create the music based on my movement. And sometimes he stops looking at me and I have to listen to him. But we don't know when this happens. So I think this project is really alive. And through the whole process, I've learned a lot of things about how Ali improvises. For example, he says that when I improvise, I all the time prefer to change the rhythm. But I cannot then accompany him. So he learned how a dancer choreographs, because I need to have like a repetitive rhythm to think about it and choreograph it. So now he, as a musician, knows how I do choreograph. So it's a dialogue between us. I hope it works, because sometimes it really works beautifully. Sometimes it's like, so let's see what will happen.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Edia and Ali, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Yeah! Come on, Pali. Come on stage, Matt. This is it. This is it. This is it. Thank you very much, Ali. Thank you. My dear artist, AJ Esma, thank you very much for being Artist of the Week. It's been
inviting me.
beautiful having you here.
You're one of my greatest artists.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No.
I'm so happy that you chose me.
Nice. But it's just been a wonderful journey with both of you today. Thank you very much, both of you. I hope we're going to meet each other soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
And just before we end, we ask to tell you people, thank you for being with us. Thank you, Sarah, Camelia, Mr. L on the technique, and Chi. Thank you very much. Next Monday, we have a dancer, choreographer, also coming. Her name is Ami Mbaye. So see you next Monday. Thank you very much again.